What do we do when the future seems crippled or is actually crippled? There are stories everywhere about children who have been dropped before they even had a chance to start life. We know of so many stories of children who have been crushed, who have been shattered, battered, scattered. Their destinies, their lives had been tampered with in ways that no life should be. And then we wonder, how will they cope? What happens to life? This video is for people who started life at a disadvantage. And believe me when I say I know what I'm talking about. This video is for people who life was unfair to from the very beginning. You didn't have a chance to even decide what was happening to you. You didn't have a chance to decide, to have a choice in the decisions that were being made for you. This is for you. You had no say in that cruel act. You had no say in that life-altering, life-changing decision or action or event. This video is for you. You feel crippled. You feel disadvantaged. You feel handicapped. You feel that your life is never ever going to be able to live up to its full potential. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. You can still live your life to the fullest. And you ask me how? Why? How is that even possible? I was raped as a child. I was molested as a child. This happened to me as a child. My father died. My mother died. My benefactor died. You will have every reason to feel disadvantaged. But I'm telling you, it's possible for you to find your way back into the palace, just like Mephibosheth. Yes, you heard me. You know who he is, right? That name is tongue twisting. Do you know who he is? That was Jonathan's son. And who was Jonathan? Jonathan was the son of Saul. So who was Saul? Saul was king of Israel. You come from a beautiful background. You know, everything going on well. Life started out fine. But all of a sudden, things turned. And the same person who was meant to hold you, who was meant to carry you, dropped you. That uncle, that auntie who was meant to watch over you, who was meant to be as a covering for you, that father, that mother who was meant to stand as a covering, as, you know, whatever the story may be, and you are right now feeling like Mephibosheth. I'm telling you that if Mephibosheth could find his way back into the palace and eat from the king's table, then you also can find your way back to the palace. You also can live your life to the fullest. It doesn't matter how crippled you feel. It doesn't matter if your legs are not working. It doesn't matter if your mind seems shut down right now. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that for Jonathan's sake, you can find your way back to the palace. For Jonathan's sake, God will not let you down. For Jonathan's sake, and who is your Jonathan? Jesus is your Jonathan. For the sake of Jesus' death, for the sake of his resurrection, and you must align yourself. Because you see, when David says, is there nobody else in the house of Saul that I may show kindness to for Jonathan's sake? That was you, that situation. You see, when you want to find yourself in, just go to the Bible and look for yourself. Because for your sake, for the sake of Jesus, God must show kindness to you. For the sake of Jesus. And David said, is there nobody Is there no one in Jonathan's house? Is there no one in the house of Saul that I may show kindness to? Whoever that God needs to send your way to show you kindness, that person locates you now in the name of Jesus. You will not live your life like this forever. You will find your way back into the king's palace. You will find your way back to the king's table. You will not, your condition, your situation will no longer be your address, but your status will be that which Christ has done and perfected for you. Don't wallow, don't languish in that shame, in that guilt, in that reproach. It's enough. Appropriate what Jesus has done, because he's sending help. He's sending a David to you. He's sending a Samuel to you. He's sending someone to you to ease off that pain. He's bringing you back into the palace, but you must align. Don't give up hope. That you feel crippled, that you are at a disadvantage, doesn't change the fact that you are the son of Jonathan. Doesn't change the fact that you're the son of Jesus. Because it doesn't matter if your legs are crippled. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter what the devil has thrown at you. It doesn't change who you are. You are the son of the king. You are the daughter of the king. And your place is at the table with kings. I remember when we were in Abuja, we were living in a shack. And I remember telling my daughter, who had to go to a school that she had no business going into. And I saw her attitude and I said, you cannot afford to allow where we are change who you are up here. You must keep who you are here. You must keep who you are here. And it will change eventually where you are. Don't get bogged down and weighed down by the things that are around you. Don't let the circumstances change your confession. Don't let them change your mentality. Don't let them change your paradigm, because you can't afford to change and to see yourself in the way that God does not see you. Your future may have seemed crippled. Your childhood, you may have been crippled from childhood. Doesn't matter. Find your way back into the palace. There's a David coming your way. There's help coming your way. There's a Boaz coming your way. There's a Naomi that God has put around you. You must be sensitive to know your Naomi. Don't say, be sensitive to know your Naomi. Be sensitive to know your David. Sensitive to know your Boaz. Because God's intention is to take you back into the palace. Because you are his son. Because you are his daughter. And his grace has covered that situation. His blood has covered that situation. And you will no longer have to bear the consequences of whatever evil or error was done to you. But you need to align. Remember that when David called Mephibosheth, what happened? Mephibosheth got up and cleaned himself. He didn't come before David looking haggard. He cleaned himself. It's time for you to clean yourself and align with who you are. Clean your mind. Clean your heart. Get rid of the bitterness. Get rid of the heaviness. And I'm talking to myself as well. Get rid of the anger. Get rid of the bitterness. Get rid of the pain. Don't let bitterness distort your spirit and distort who you are. You are the son of the king. You are the king's daughter. And your place at the table is set and waiting for you. I will hear your testimony. I will hear of your rejoicing. This has been Refreshed Ajayo. God bless you.